are being shamed in today's society for wanting what they want. The moment a man says, I don't want to deal with a single mother, I don't want to deal with a woman that's over 200 pounds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He is being ridiculed for it. A lot of women have a problem with it, right? Because it puts accountability on them to actually self-improve, and it teaches men to be better, and you don't have to put up with mediocrity.
I was with a woman who already had a child. We had a child together, but what was very apparent to me within that relationship was that I was not allowed to discipline this child the way I could discipline my own child, right? Because the child still had the father in their life. The father would have something to say about it if I disciplined the child in a certain way. And so there's a lot of men out here saying that they wouldn't get with a woman. A lot of men saying they wouldn't get with a woman who already has a child because you get a lot of the benefits. Sorry, you don't get all of the benefits of being a father, right? But you have the responsibility as a father.
I'm 33. I'm not into hookups. I'm looking for a nice guy. I love traveling. I have 2 kids. Do those phrases sound familiar? I've seen them a lot on online dating apps that my eyes could bulge out any moment from now. As I always say in my list of red flags, single mothers top the list. What was she doing in her 20s? What was the cause of her divorce? What does she want from you? In this video, I'm going to uncover the intentions of single mothers and why you should avoid them at all cost. Enough preamble, let's dive in. But before we dive deep into those questions, I'm going to drop some cold stats about these women. Grab a pen and paper because there are a lot of numbers involved. According to the 2021 US Census Bureau, 4 out of about 11 million single-parent families with children under the age of 18, nearly 80% were headed by single mothers. 23% of single mothers are poor, 29% are jobless, and 28% are food insecure. 52% of these single mothers never married, 29% got divorced, while 18% were widows. Crazy. Do I need to add the fact that a whopping 70% of criminals come from single mother homes? In my previous video about my friend's girlfriend having BPD, I said that those women with BPD had it as a result of poor parenting on the path of single mothers. Those poor children didn't have a father figure to guide them on the right path. They were left to endure the harsh world alone. They were victims of rape, emotional abuse, and drug abuse. A lot of abuse you can think of. That's that about the statistics on single mothers. So back to the questions. Number 1, what was she doing in her 20s? I said before that 52% of these single mothers never married. This question is for you guys. So what were you doing? I'll answer that for you. You were sleeping around with Chad, going on one-night stands with Sam and Fred, going clubbing with Max, traveling with Joe, what happens in Dubai stays in Dubai, yada yada yada. Then eventually, you got pregnant and couldn't find the father because there were a lot of guys in your head that could be responsible for the pregnancy. You tried to pin the pregnancy on Chad, but he refused responsibility. You had no choice but to raise the baby yourself. Guys, this is the story of an average single mother that never got married. This brings us to the second question. What was the cause of her divorce? The answer to this question is pretty obvious. She couldn't forget what sex with Chad was like. So she sent him an email. Chad responded, and boom. Next thing you know is, Chad is naked under matrimonial bed sleeping beside your naked wife, while your 6-month-old son is in his crib, crying. You catch her in the act, you ask for a divorce, the court favors her, you pay child support to her. She also leaves with your son and half of your property. This brings back memories of when I was at a coffee shop. These 3 women were giggling and advising their friend to dump her husband, lie that he harassed her, take half his property, and also his children. Just so you know, her husband drove her to the coffee shop. We see this happen a lot on social media. Women celebrate this act. They say they're chasing the bag. It's not safe out here for someone that wants kids nowadays. This explains why 77% of single mothers aren't poor, because they can always demand more from the father of the child. The richest women in the world got their wealth through a divorce. See Jeff Bezos' ex-wife, for example. Onto the third question. What does she want from you? She wants you to feed her and her kids. She doesn't love you. This brings us back to the 23% of poor single mothers. There are many on dating apps begging for a nice guy like yourself to ease them of their pain. They want to use you as a retirement plan. As I always say, you're no hero, you're not Captain Save-A-Ho. As a man, you should always get the best woman. After working your butt off, buying a house, earning a 6-figure income, acing your fitness journey, only to settle with a woman that has a child that isn't yours. Your forefathers will never be proud of you. There are over 3 billion women in the world. Why settle with a single mother with a promiscuous past? You deserve better. I also want you to know something. You'll never be able to satisfy a single mother sexually because she'll never forget her experience with Chad. You also stand a risk of losing your wealth. She doesn't truly love you. She only wants what can take care of her and her kids. Anyway, that's all for today, guys. If you found value in this video, don't forget to smash the like and subscribe button to get more dope content like this every week. Till next time.